NFL 2024, we're going to rank each division from 8 to 1, going from weakest to strongest. Let us know your opinions. The four of us here voted. This is what we came up with, but let us know. What do you think about our list? And at number 8, last, we have the division with the weakest team in the NFL. The NFC South features 3 teams that could contend. Sorry, Panthers, doesn't include you. Falcons, Bucks, and Saints are all right up in there. The Falcons got better by adding Kirk Cousins. The Saints showed what they can do in the second half last year, and of course the Bucks are defending champs. Division, that is. We took a lot of grief for our prediction that the Saints would win the NFC South, but that was kind of our point. From 1 through 3, they're all kind of evenly matched. The Saints and Buccaneers had a tiebreak last season. Buccaneers got in. Saints actually outscored them by 50 cumulative points for the season. So who was really better there? Falcons improved. We think the Buccaneers got a little bit worse, losing starting quarterback, starting linebacker, and can Baker repeat what he did last season? We're not so sure. That's why we have the NFC South last. Next, we'll switch over to the AFC for our 7th ranked division in the NFL, and this division goes to prove that even if you have the best team in the NFL, the rest of the division has to match up. In this case, it does not. Great news for the Chiefs, bad news for the rest of the NFL or non-Chiefs fans. The AFC West looks to be a lock for the Chiefs this year. Chargers used to be a perennial threat, but we think they're kind of in a rebuild with a new coach and maybe losing some of their receivers. We're not sure that they're ready to contend with the Chiefs yet. Same with the Raiders. We like what they've done, rebuilt that defense, adding Christian Wilkins to go along with Max Crosby, and the defensive line should be really interesting to watch that. And we also like Gardner Minshew, the quarterback, to go along with tight end Brock Bowers. We just think they're probably going to need another year before they can give the Chiefs any kind of serious threat. In our number 6 spot, we have a division that's top-heavy and bottom-heavy. NFC East, 2 disappointing finishes for the Cowboys and the Eagles. And then we have the Giants and the Commanders, who are clearly in rebuilding mode. We think the Commanders might be a challenger as early as next year. Look out for them to maybe be a spoiler this year in some games. We do see both the Eagles and Cowboys as challengers this season. We picked the Eagles for the division, but with the Giants and the Commanders kind of weighing down the division, we have them ranked in this spot. And next we have a division that could have as many as 3 playoff teams or perhaps only one, the division champs. So let's take a look at this division from the AFC. AFC South, going into last season, the Jags looked like a lock to win that division. No one really saw C.J. Stroud and the Texans coming out of nowhere to win that division. But if you remember that it came down to a play-in game effectively against the Colts, they barely snuck in, but they have done a lot in the offseason and continue to improve. The Texans are the logical favorites, and we think that they are Super Bowl contenders this season. The questions we have for the rest of the division, the Jaguars, can they be the team that won the division 2 years ago? And the Colts, who were 1 game away for winning it. Those 2 teams are the X factors. That's why we have this division ranked 5th. And at number 4, we start getting to the good divisions, including this one featuring the NFC champions. We think the NFC West could have 3 playoff challengers with the obvious 49ers, the Rams, and the Seahawks. I think the Cardinals need about another year. We'll see what Kyler Murray does, that he's back and healthy with Marvin Harrison Jr. But we like the 49ers, Rams, and Seahawks. We think the 49ers and Rams likely are locks for the playoffs, but we think the Seahawks are going to be one of those bubble teams. We like Seattle. We have them just missing the playoffs for this season. And at number 3, we have the division your narrator here actually picked first, but there was 4 of us here, so I got outvoted. We're talking about the AFC East. All 4 of us agreed that the Bills and Dolphins are going to be in the hunt again, likely making the playoffs. One is a division champ, one is a wild card. The disagreement came down to the Jets. I personally believe the Jets are going to be much improved. Aaron Rodgers, even if he just plays maybe 75% of what he once was, with Breece Hall, good receivers, and a rebuilt offensive line, that team can easily make a wild card or win the division. That's my opinion. Again, got outvoted. A lot of the pundits out there, analysts, don't think the Jets are that good as well. But that's why we have them ranked 3rd instead of where I had them at 1st. And at number 2, we have the division that could easily be ranked number 1. Depends on how 2 rookie quarterbacks play. Next, a division with 2 true Super Bowl challengers with the Packers and the Lions. And then 2 interesting teams with the Vikings and the Bears. Bears with number 1 overall pick Caleb Williams and a rejuvenated receiver room. Should be very exciting and fun to watch. The Packers, look at what they did to the Cowboys last year. Jordan Love just carved them up. Some viewers rejected our idea that the Packers were viable Super Bowl contenders. What do you guys think? We think both these teams, we could actually see this being the NFC Championship game the way these 2 teams were playing at the end of last season. Let us know what you think. And at number 1, you guys have figured this one out. I'm sure there's only one division left. We have a division that featured 3 playoff teams last season, including the host of the AFC Championship game, the Ravens. You had the Browns getting in as a wild card, and the Steelers made it in as a wild card. Look at the Steelers. We actually think they've improved this season. correcting some issues at quarterback, getting Russell Wilson. And then for the Browns, the defense is unbelievable. And then they get Deshaun Watson back for a full season. Now, in all honesty, we're not totally sold on Deshaun, but he definitely is an upgrade to the others they had back there until they had Joe Flacco. But this division is strong all the way 1 through 4. And then let's not forget, Joe Burrow's coming back from an injury, and then Jake Browning did pretty good as his backup last season. So we think this division is going to be tough. You may not have the team with the best record coming out of this division because they're going to beat each other up. But 1 through 4, we think the AFC North is the strongest division in football. And thanks for joining this time. We'd love to hear your opinions about the strength of these divisions. Hit us up in the comments. We like to have lively debates because there is no one right answer. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. We do weekly NFL picks, highlights, and sports travel. Thank you.